Hello everybody, welcome to How to Revit. In this video tutorial, I'm gonna expand upon the wall command and exploring the most important settings that are available in order to get comfortable using it. Because after all, the wall is the most basic building element in any project. So let's get started. For the sake of this video, I'm having here a simple architecture template opened. And there is two ways to access the wall command by either typing WA on your keyboard or by going to the architecture tab and in the build panel you will find a wall command. I'm going to click it. Once you click it, you will notice different changes in the user interface and it's designated by this kind of greenish color on the ribbon bar, and we have in a draw tool. These tools are basically the tools that you're gonna use to draw your wall. The other change is the option bar just beneath the ribbon bar, and here in the properties we have the basic wall, generic, and other information like location line, base constraint, and base offset, which is basically these information is the rephrased information of the option bar. And we're gonna explore them more in detail in just a bit. Let's start drawing our wall. And if you notice, like here in the status bar, it's asked me to enter the first point. So I'm gonna click and have the first point, and you can move your mouse horizontally or vertically wherever you want your wall to travel. And I have option also to draw a wall with an angle, and as you can see here on the tips that it gives me on the screen. And also you can enter the length of that wall. Let's say I want to draw a wall with 10-meter length. I'm gonna type 10 and just like that. After that, you will notice like I'm still in the wall command after having the second point specified. And I can also continue to draw a sequence of walls like so. That because I have a chain in the option bar checked. The chain feature allows me to draw a sequence of walls while staying on the same command. Like I don't have to run the wall command every time I want to draw a wall. That's basically it, which is very useful. So I highly recommend to keep that chain behavior box checked. The other feature that is very nice to have is the join status of my walls. Let's say I want to draw a two walls. You will notice like here I am having the wall joined together nicely. Why? Because I have the joint status allow. If I change it to disallow, I'm gonna get exit out of the command and draw another chain with the joint status disallow. And when I try to draw the same walls, you will notice here it's not jointed the way I want. So it's also a good idea to keep the joint status allow every time. So the other thing that is important to know is that I'm drawing my wall relying on the height of the wall, which is here is unconnected with the height of 8 meter. For the purpose of this, let me try and draw a wall to you for you, and so you can see the different here. And if I go to the elevation, and you can see the height of the wall is 8 meter. But if you want it to be connected to a specific level in your project, you just need to go right here up to level 2, and it's now connected to the level 2. So the wall now is associated with the level height. So if I select the level now and I moved it up, the wall will move to it. Why? Because I selected that wall to be always connected to the level 2 as a top constraint. If you want that wall to be offsetted from the level 1, you can type a number here, a value of that offset. Let's say half of the meter is up, or you can type minus zero point 0.5 to have the wall offsetted from the level 1 by half meter. Okay, now I'm gonna undo that for now, and I can take a look at my wall in 3D by clicking this button in the QAT, Quick Access Toolbar. It's auto saving. I'm gonna exit out of that. So this is my wall, and this is how it looks in a 3D. So let's run the wall command again and go over some features of the location line right here. So if you draw a line and I give it a length of 4 meters, for example, and I'm gonna draw a wall again. So if you click the first point for your wall and the endpoint, it will connect with it directly. If I'm having the core center line, it's gonna work in the same way. Let me run the command again, and now I'm choosing finish face exterior. So the priority will be for the finish face of my wall, like so. If I choose a finish face interior, it's gonna go back to its normal state, like so. Okay, let's now explore another tool beside the line tool. It works in the same way. You need to enter the first point and the second point. You can draw a polygon, and the polygon, you can control the sides of the polygon, like so. And you can draw a circle with a radius that you want. And you can draw an arch with 2 points, like first point and second point, and eyeball the arch that you want, or entering the radius of this arch. Let's give it a 12, and it works in the same way. So you are still in a chain, so it gives you an option to continue drawing your curve, and also you can notice it's trying to find the tangent to the previous curve, so you can draw a nice smooth curve, like so. And let's now explore in the options that I have in order to draw my wall. because right here, if I click, by default, it will give me the basic wall, but there's other types of the walls. Generally, the wall command have three families: the basic wall family, and the curtain wall family, and the stacked wall family. There's three families and different type in each one. So these are the type of the basic wall family. Let me pick one for now. I can access the parameter of that wall by clicking the Edit tab, and it will give me the type property, which consists of the family name, the type, name, and other parameter like construction, graphic, materials, and finishes, and so on. And all this information can be populated if you have it already for a specific project. But for now, we're gonna focus on these two things because it can be shared with each project, which is the graphic, the color of the hatch, and the shading of the wall. And here it gives me the options of the different pattern type of the like, basically the fill patterns and the patterns type right here. And in order to see a section of that wall, you can click the preview right here, and again it gives you a graphic presentation of that wall in a floor plan and a section. And the structure tab of that wall, you can access the layer of that structure by clicking the Edit tab. After you click it, you will see a more detail about this wall by gives you a window of edit assembly, and it divided into layer zone right here, and the default wrapping and modify vertical structure, and the section of that wall. And in order to see the clear view of that section, let me just zoom in right here on this section. Here I have a clear section with the patterns and hatches. So the layer zone is divided into different rows and columns. These rows representing the layers of that wall. Like when you click in on each one, it will be highlighted here in the section. The structure, the core boundary. The core boundary is just a line. If you can see it right here, it's a green line from two sides, from either sides of the structure right here. And these core boundaries, you cannot delete them. As you can notice, it's fade out. The option of deleting layer is fade out. If you click on other layers above the core boundary, it can be deleted. Why? Because basically these are the core of the wall. So that means this is a structural component or layer that's going to carry on all the layers inside and outside, from the exterior layers and the interior layers. So from edit assembly, you can basically change the material of each layer. For example, for the structure material, I can change it by clicking on these three dots, and it will give me the different option right here. Like if I want to have a brick, and it will give me the how it's gonna look like when I have a shading mode and the surface pattern, which is a background, and how it looks in a section. And also gonna give me the appearance if I go and render this wall, and physical information and thermal information. I'm not gonna change it for now. Other thing, it's very important to know. If you notice there is a numbers beside each of the function name. So if you click on a structure and you click this down arrow, it will give you a numbers for each layer. These numbers basically gives you the priority of each layer over the another layer. And these priority is as a numerical value from 1 to 5. The 1 is the highest priority and the 5 is the lower priority. What that means, like the structure have the priority over the finish, and the finish has the priority over the thermal air layer. So when the walls connected with each other's, these priority is gonna apply, and we going to have a clean intersection between each layers when these wall joined with each other. I'm gonna exit out of this for now. I'm gonna show you how that works. I'm gonna cancel out of that, and let me draw a wall. Let's say 5 meter, 5 meter wall, and another wall. So right here, if I zoom in, I can see the more detail. And if you remember from my previous video, I talked about the how we can control the level of detail by clicking right here, and we click Fine. You're gonna see more detail about each wall. So we can notice here the layers are smoothly connected from the interior to the exterior of this wall. The other feature that I want to point out here is that you can edit your wall, like editing the profile of the wall. The way you can do it by going to the edit profile, and you can go to the 3D view, which is much easier to make a change to that wall. And if you wanted to, let's say you want to have a something like this, and you can just trim it like so, and click the check, and you're gonna have the wall looks like this. And there's a different way to manipulate or change the how your wall gonna look. You can use these tools. For example, if you want to make, let's say, a window right here, you're gonna draw this rectangle and check the box, and you will have it just like that. So that's everything for today's video. Please subscribe if you enjoy it, thumbs up if you love it, and see you in the next time. Take care and have a nice day.